Well, good morning, YouTube, and welcome to another week in the life of running our dealership, NG Supercars.
So are you recording all of the nefarious activities?
If you're new to the channel, my name is Dan, and this is our dealership, NG Supercars. And it's a bit of a sad day for me because that GT40 is going away tomorrow.
No. 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 Hell no. No. No.
If you don't know, that is my favorite car I've ever owned by a lot. I love this car. It's kind of stupid and insane, honestly. It's really quite awful, but that's what's so endearing about it, is it's just been amazing. Well, it's sold, and tomorrow we are getting up bright and super early, and we're driving all the way to Georgia, and we're gonna trailer it all the way out there because, well, honestly, I just didn't feel totally comfortable having this car get shipped by some third party because, well, if they don't know what they're doing, there's not really an easy way to ship this car. The doors aren't really super easy to deal with. It's a tight squeeze. You have to have the side hatch and all this other stuff, and it's super low and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I just kind of decided, you know what? I'll do it myself. That way, there's no chance it'll get messed up. It's 100% going to be safe. Also, we're picking up a Ferrari F430. So a Ferrari F430 that Josh used to own is being traded in on this car. And actually, it's being sold, or it's, I should say, already sold to our friend Steven. So Steven's going to be joining me on the drive, and that way we can tag team driving and go through as fast as we can. Because, okay, here's the plan for the week. Today, I've got an unbelievable number of emails and things I have to do on the computer, including a consultation call at 10. It's currently like 9 a.m., so I've got a little less than an hour to do as much as I can before the consultation call. Then I have the consultation call. Then I have to finish up the rest of the paperwork. I have to finalize the deal from the car that I flew up and checked out on Friday of last week in Chicago, or actually it was Thursday. I have to get the wheels back on that car. I have to take a look at this 458 and try and see if we can't get that car fixed. So that is my old 458. It is not for sale. Porsche is for sale. The GT40 is obviously not for sale. The Lamborghini Gallardo Spider is for sale, and this car is not for sale. This is being converted. So it arrived about a week ago. We're just waiting for its place in line to get converted because the other slot we have is already taken. For those of you that saw that I ordered the wrong lift, yeah, so these are the wrong lifts. I thought I copied and pasted the lift part number or whatever. I was trying to get that lift, the same lift we have over there, and I screwed up.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
So I talked to them, and they ordered me new lift arms because these arms will not work for Ferraris. Yeah. So that was a dumb mistake, and it cost us over $1,000. Sweet. Super happy about that. Not really. Over here we have the Roma, which is supposed to ship out at some point. The TTS, which actually got a few interested people, and then they ghosted us. And then Scott's old 360, which someday we'll work on. And Josh's Raptor, which, I don't know, he was doing something. We're going to do as much paperwork, as much stuff as we can today. We're going to load up the GT40. We're going to clean it first because it's gross. So we're going to load it up, get it on the trailer, and get it all set late today. And then tomorrow morning, super early, we'll be driving all the way to Georgia, hopefully all in one streak, swap the car out, then driving all the way back on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I can talk about this because by the time the video comes out, it won't matter, and Meg won't have seen it, but I am taking Meg out on Thursday for a surprise birthday dinner. So her birthday is coming up. I told her I was just taking her out for dinner because obviously I can't not tell her I'm taking her out for dinner. I'm taking her out for dinner, and a bunch of our old friends from the old cul-de-sac, if you guys have been watching long enough, they're going to meet us there, and she doesn't know this, so that's going to be really, really fun. She has no idea, but they'll already be there. Yeah, it'll be nice to hang out with some old friends. Meg will really appreciate that. I think it'll be a good night. So I have to get back from transporting the the GT40 and the 430 by Thursday, I would say midday at the absolute worst case scenario. So it has to happen. Friday, who knows? We'll just be doing stuff. So there you go. That is the current plan for the week. I was hoping to have one of these weeks not be crazy, but it just, well, that's how it is. Always. It's always busy. So we also somewhere in there need to try and buy some cars because as you see, we've got, what, 1, 2, 3... We've got the BMW, which isn't here right now, and then we have a consignment 430. So we have 4 cars for sale right now. Yeah, that's not a lot when you're a dealer. We're on the hunt for cars desperately. We need Ferraris specifically. We would like 360s, 430s, and 458s. Those are our bread and butter. We love those cars the most. They're our favorites. We know them the best. So we're looking for those in particular. Obviously, other Ferraris we'll consider as well. Hey, Fred! Fred! All right, Fred. And who is this? Courtney Holland. Yes, thank you. All right, you guys, I'm going to get started because I have a limited amount of time today to do the things I need to do. Well, hopefully we can get everything done. Well, let me tell you, YouTube, this has been one of the most slammed mornings ever. It's 12:49. Okay, I got here a little bit before 9 a.m. and I just now am sort of caught up on the computer. It's been nuts. We have a situation that's a little unusual for us. These are mechanical machines. They are older machines. Generally, we're dealing with older cars, particularly when we deal with 430s and 360s. They're 20 plus years old. I just want to set everyone's expectations correctly. You have a 20 plus year old car, things do break. That can happen. It can happen. When we have cars that we sell, we do everything we can to make sure that the car is leaving in a condition that is currently good, no check engine lights, and we've disclosed as much as we think is possible about the condition of the car. We're not perfect, we're human beings, so admittedly, there's probably things that we might miss. Funny enough, I was actually talking with a Ferrari dealer joking about this because they have the same problem. As he likes to say, the cars, because people are, oh, geez, here we go. Hold on, I need to take this. Okay, sorry about that. As I was saying, these are mechanical things. They break. We try and take care of people. We do sell everything as is. So that means we have no legal obligation to take care of anything that's already been sold. That being said, we feel a moral obligation in some cases to help people out. So for example, you saw in the last video, there was a 458 that came back right after we sold it. And in that instance, it made us feel like we had to because we had that exact problem happen. We thought we had resolved it. It went to him and the problem came back. So we had not resolved the problem. And in that particular case, we ate the cost of that and fixed it. However, we're dealing with a situation where we sold a car. I personally drove that car 200-300 miles. Josh drove that car over 100 miles. Everything was fine. It gets shipped to the client. They get the car. They drive it 30-40 miles and it has something go wrong. And they're very upset and they want us to pay for it to be fixed. In this particular case, we even said, you know what, we'll pay to fix the particular problem, but there was an invoice for more than just what was wrong with the car. They sent us an invoice that was very large. It included the problem and other things, and we were not willing to pay for the other things, and that upset the customer. And so it did not go well. It's one of those. And in this particular case, the amount of money they are wanting us to spend is more than the cost of us just unwinding the deal and paying to ship the car back. And so in this case, we are doing that. In fact, this is, I believe, the first time we've ever done that, and we don't intend on doing that with any sort of regularity. So if you buy a car from us, don't expect that. In this particular case, it just, you got to play it by ear. You know, we can get the car back, and it's purely a financial equation at this point. It's worth more to us to buy the car back and resell it than it is for us to pay for that large invoice, because the large invoice is going to make it so that we would lose a ton of money versus taking the car back, paying for shipping, reselling it probably at or above the same price that we just sold the car to, and fixing the car, which the problem, we can fix the car for like $100. It's literally that cheap to fix the car. It's a financial equation at this point, and if that means he's happy and he's not going to run around talking smack about us, then it's worth it to just unwind it and do it that way. My point is, we're trying our best, and when you get a car, if something breaks, there is chances that, hey, guess what? That happens. We don't, like, I'm trying to explain this in a way, like, how do you make it make sense? Like, I get it. People always feel like, how the hell did I get the car that broke if they get a car that breaks? Because, the vast majority of them don't. Like, this is not typical. It's atypical. But, once in a while it does happen. They get a car and then it breaks. And the only thing I can think of is a lot of times these cars are sitting around at our shop, even though, we drive them as much as we can. They do sit around, and maybe driving style changes, the different gas, different climates, whatever. There's a lot of stuff that happens to these cars between the time we sell it and the time you get it if it's been shipped to you. Ultimately, I've said this 1,000 times, you should always go see the car in person and drive it so that you can verify its condition. Because the problem we have the most is people don't do that, and I don't expect people will suddenly start doing this, but they buy the car, they've never seen the car, they've never driven the car, they get the car, and then something's not as expected or whatever. And, probably would have been noticed if you would have seen the car in person or whatever. But in this particular case, I don't know. Because who knows when the ignition coil decided to take a crap. It just was random bad luck for everyone. Still got to clean up the GT40. I'm still trying to work on that 458 right now, so I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so put some lubrication on the intake manifold flaps on that 458. They weren't working, but then I drove the car about 20 miles, and now they're working. Yeah.
Look who's back.
Look who's back. It's just having a brake bleed, no big deal.
Changing the brake booster ain't gonna bleed the brakes.
Yeah, so don't worry, it won't be here forever.
New tires.
Hey. I just wanted to point out more AW Italian parts. If you don't know, they are where we buy pretty much all our parts. So we just got this in. Ooh, throwout bearings, oil filter kit for the 458, rear main seals, bolts.
There's a clutch in there too.
And there's a clutch down at the bottom. So we've probably spent, I'm going to say, $200,000 with them this year already. Probably more than that. If you want to buy parts from them, OE Parts, go to their website, awitalian.com, use the code NGS10. It hooks you up with 10%, and then we get a little kickback, so we appreciate it when you guys support them because they support us, and they're awesome. So when you do that, everyone wins, which is great. awitalian.com. Got my old 430 washed. It was just gross and dirty. I'd been here sitting collecting dust. Oh, yeah, 458, geez. My brain's all, dude, I am fried today. I have been running around like crazy. So got it washed. It's cleaned up. The 458. The intake manifolds flaps are working. So it's these three flaps right here are working at the moment. We'll test them again. So hopefully it's okay. We still need to get the secondary air stuff situated. So we got to start it and let it cool down and start it and run it and start it and run it and let it cool down a few times. And then hopefully they'll be okay. So next up, I got to get the GT40 washed and put in the trailer. So I'll get the trailer hooked up. I think I'm going to wash the GT40 first and then I'll hook up the trailer. It's going to be really kind of sad to see it go. Okay, well, we'll do that. And then I've been on the computer doing so many deals and things, just it's been nuts today. Well, YouTube, GT40's in the truck, or in the trailer, I should say, which is attached to the truck. We're just going to put some air in the tires because it's so cold. All the tires are just a little bit lower than normal, but really pretty sunset. It's kind of peaceful out here. Well, I'll start airing up everything. Pro tip, when you're doing the straps on these cars, pull the strap until you literally cannot pull it anymore. That's how tight you want it. Don't risk it. Don't oh, it's pretty tight. No, really reef on it with all your body might. I've had straps come undone, and that's scary. The thought of a car bouncing around in there, that's a horrifying thought. So haven't had that happen, thankfully. That's also why you do all four straps every time. People are like, oh, you only need like 2 or 3, right? No, do all 4 every time, no matter what. Because once in a while, one pops off. It just happens. Well, YouTube, airing up the last of the tires. And everything's strapped down, everything's ready to go. I guess that's it for now. I'm head home as soon as that tire has air. We're gonna have 15 to 16 hours of driving tomorrow. Yay. So Steve will be joining me, and it's just gonna be lots of boring I-10. That's pretty much it. We're on I-10 almost the entire time. Well, that's it for today. I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow. And hopefully we have a good drive.
The next day.
I just hope we can make it there.
More content. Would be cool in AAA for our truck service.
Hey YouTube, Steven's here, and it's 7:15. We've been on the road for about 4 hours, and we've had not one but 2 tires let go, and we're in the middle of nowhere. The nearest tire place is 20 miles away, 22 miles away. Let me show you what we got to deal with. And this is on me. I'm a dumbass, and I didn't put the tools from the other trailer into this trailer because I thought, oh, I don't need the tools. Well, we got that tire. Yeah, but better yet, we have this tire. Yeah. So, we're gonna try and limp it along for 20 miles on 2 tires. Great. This sucks. All right, we limped it 22 miles to the nearest tire shop. Everyone was very mad at us for going very slow. It just happened to be exactly at a spot. We blew the tires exactly at an spot in the highway where the highway was shut down, so everyone was routing off the highway. Oh, nice.
Content.
Yeah. So we got to beat the trailer into submission. Oh, yeah, there it is. Perfect. Good as new. Yeah. So that rear tire right there blew out completely, shredded. The front tire held, and this side you can see the front tire let go, and by the time we got here it was pretty much completely shredded. God damn, what a pain in the ass. Always an adventure. I screwed up. I should have brought the toolkit. That was on me. Well, we're back on the road. I'm actually shocked. That only delayed us by, looks like about 45 minutes. That's really not bad at all. I thought it was gonna take 2 hours.
Plus we bought tools.
And we bought some tools. We bought a jack and a tire iron. Funny enough, so I have a toolkit for the trailer. I just put it in the other trailer because we've been using that one more. And I thought, oh, maybe I should load the toolkit. And I thought, nah, I'll just leave it. And I'm an idiot. But this would have helped us anyway because we got 2 flats. And I only have 1 spare tire. So I would have still been screwed. But I think it would have been slightly less sketchy on 3 tires versus 2. Although that may have put more pressure on the 1. I don't know. Well, we got the new Americas tires. They were actually brand new, 2025s.
Fresh rubber.
Fresh rubber, so at least this will last, knock on wood, for, maybe another couple 100 miles. ETA. Oh, it's that was the road.
The overpass.
I was like, what the hell was that? I thought, oh no, now what? Well, tire guy was quick as shit, and it just happened to be next to an O'Reilly's, so that worked out. Actually, it worked out pretty good, and both of us got to use the bathroom and whatever. So the only thing we didn't do is fill up with gas, but whatever.
Turn right.
I've barely put any miles on it since the last tank. It's still probably got, what, 2 something? 206. Yeah.
We got three quarters of a tank, so
Yeah.
206.
All right. Well,
Yeah, we can hit Chevron if we want.
should we, since we're already off the
Might
road?
as well.
Okay. All right, YouTube. We are in Louisiana. I think we're near Baton Rouge. We're on the bridge. I think that's downtown Baton Rouge. And we're about to go into I-12 to bypass New Orleans. Ooh, that smells. It smells like burnt rubber.
That's what the tire smelled like before.
Yeah, I was like, geez, I hope we didn't blow another tire. Well, we've been making okay time. There is a shit ton of cops out today. I don't know what's going on. Apparently Tuesday is National Cops in Louisiana Day because they're all out in force. That's the entirety of downtown. I love how there's like an oil refinery right next to downtown. But that water's really clean. Oh, you know what it is? It's blown turbo. Oh, dude, shout out fire. Dude, that thing is screwed. Oh, dude, it was shooting out fire. Oh, hear it?
I heard the pop. Did you get the flash on video?
I think. I hope. That was nuts. Damn, that sucks for that homie. He's gonna have a worse day than we had with our tires.
Yeah, that's true. We were up and running in 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Once we got there.
Oh, damn. That guy don't give a shit. Well, we're in Mississippi. I think we're almost to the end of Mississippi. I feel like it's close. More swampland. Not real exciting right here. Hi, it's dark. Here, if I sit forward, can you see? There, it's like telling a story, like you have a flashlight when you're a kid. Well, we're in Florida, and we still have 2 hours, 15 minutes to go, and it's like already dark, so we're gonna be driving in the dark for quite a while. I suspect we'll get the car swapped, maybe drive a couple more hours after that, and then find a hotel and crash. It's kind of how I'm feeling.
Yeah, see how we're doing.
Yeah, we'll see how we're feeling. We've got, a little bit more to go until we get the cars swapped out. Hopefully we can get them swapped pretty quickly too. It's gonna be a challenge. By the way, if this ever happens where I'm swapping a car or doing something and I feel like, or I seem rushed, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to like get in and out, because I know like there's a high probability this person wants to talk to us because they're a fan of the channel, whatever, and I appreciate that, and I wish I had more time to just sit there and have a beer and shoot the shit. But generally speaking, like I try and run a really tight schedule, so sorry. It's not that I'm trying to be asocial. Genuinely, I like talking to you, all of you. It's fun. But anyway, just want to put that out there, because if someone's be like, "Oh, you're a dick." Someone's always like, "You're a dick." Doesn't matter what I'm doing. So I'll get them swapped out and get back on the road. Well, we're at a truck stop. It's about 10 p.m. Cars are swapped out. He's happy.
Very happy. I'm back, baby.
I'm back. I'm back. Back with the Ferrari. So we're gonna drive as far as we can and then go to sleep. So we'll see how far we get.
The next day.
Well, good morning, YouTube. It is 7:10 a.m. We didn't film anything late last night, and it was a complete disaster. Steve took over driving the last leg, and we decided we were going to stop in Mobile, Alabama. So Steve used this really neat app.
Super convenient.
Super convenient app to book a hotel for us. So we had a hotel reservation, or so we thought. And so we go to the hotel. We get there at like 2 a.m. So we're spent. Mind you, we got up at 3 a.m. So we've been up for 23 hours at that point. We're tired. Just want to bed. And we walk in and we're like, "Hey, got a reservation," and blah, blah. And they're like, "Nope, you're not in the system." And we're like, "Huh, okay, like check name, check this, check that." Nope, nothing. So apparently the app either didn't forward the information, or their system didn't accept the information. Somehow the systems did not talk.
They didn't cross swords.
Shit! I hate it when I get my Schwartz twisted.
I see her Schwartz is as big as mine. Well, first of all, she didn't say there was any rooms available for quite a while, which was concerning. We're trying to figure out this app stuff, and finally we're like, "Well, is there any rooms available?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, well, give us some rooms then. We'll just, whatever. We just need a room." The rate tripled compared to what the app said. So yeah, it was painful. Anyway, that was a home to suites. Not really super pleased with the customer service on that one, but
Or the cleanliness of the room.
yeah, or the cleanliness of the room. I mean, there was a dead cockroach and some people's hair and stuff. It was like, ugh. But you know what? There was a bed, and I slept, and he slept, and that's great. We're back on the road. We still have 10 hours to go. Current ETA is a little after 5 p.m., so we'll see how that works. We'll test fate. Oh, and I just want to say, really cool. The buyer, super nice. Had everything laid out for us. Everything was ready to go. Friendly as could be. Really a pleasure meeting you. And I apologize when we do these things that I don't generally have a lot of time to sit there and schmooze. Sometimes we do, but when we're driving, generally not, because I try and stay pretty efficient on moving towards the goal, which in this case is to get home so I can see my kid again. Really awesome meeting you, and hopefully you enjoy the GT40. I know Steve will enjoy the 430. Yeah, we're on the smoothest highway in America. I think we're in Baton Rouge. I think I've complained about this in other videos too. It's pretty bad. Well, I was filming because there was another truck that was dumping tons of smoke out, but it actually kind of seems to have stopped. I was hoping to film another truck engine explode, but I'm thinking I'm not going to get that lucky, unfortunately. We still have 7 hours and 30 minutes to go. Oh, God. Awful roads here. There it is. It's still belching smoke. Look at that. It's not as bad as the other truck. The other truck was like clearly exploding. We just had the comically worst fuel stop ever. So we stopped at this Shell. He had to pee. Might as well fill up, whatever. So we get here and like half the pumps are broken. They don't take credit cards at the pump. Stuff's all leaking diesel everywhere. So you have to drop your card and driver's license both off. We go inside to pee. There's pee everywhere on the floors. Everything's really gross. And we leave and he forgot his license and credit card. So we were like 10 miles down the road. So we had to turn back around. So we just lost like, I don't know, a half hour. The whole stop probably took close to an hour. That hurt. Yeah, well, this is the joys of doing road trips, right?
Then turn left.
I don't see him yet, so I'm wondering if they're giving him a hassle about his license. I hope not.
Take the next right onto Gilbert Road.
We're hitting Austin traffic right at rush hour, so... Whoa. Jesus. So we're hitting Austin traffic right at rush hour, which means we're having to take
half a mile.
some
turn right
sketch-ass
Road
things,
973 North.
sketchy-ass roads in East Austin. Do not recommend. Not with the trailer.
Steve picked the wrong route.
Yeah, it had a couple of route options, and this one was slightly faster, but definitely 10 times sketchier. All right, we're at the stub. It's 6 o'clock. Let's get this thing unloaded.
The next day.
Well, good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday, and normally we would be doing our Thursday Night Live tonight at 8 p.m. Central, but it is my wife's birthday this weekend, and I am going to take her out to dinner tonight. There's no live stream tonight, I'm sorry, and actually there's no live stream next week either, because next week, Thursday, is, I think, Christmas or Christmas Eve, one of the two. Sorry, yeah. We got a few things to do today. Actually, it's going to be kind of a quiet computer day. There's really not that much wrenching to do in the shop. If you notice, my old 458 is no longer here, so we did what we could. It's kind of an awkward situation where he had a Ferrari dealership try and fix some of the problems. They weren't able to really resolve it. We tried to fix a few things, but ultimately, the parts that he bought through Ferrari were still under warranty, so we're like, dude, I don't think you want to spend a ton of money with us, because we're going to do probably the same things that they already did. So I would take it back to them and make them fix it under warranty. And so that's what we agreed upon. So I was trying to help him out, make sure he didn't spend too much money. Eric, thanks for helping us out, man. As much as I want to make money, I also don't want to fleece people, and I don't want to waste your money. When we have a situation like that where we think a better use of his money is to take it to the warranty stuff, I'd rather, suggest that. I mean, if he wants to give us his money, he can. I'm not going to refuse it, but I'm going to highly recommend he do that solution. So that's what we did. Lamborghini Gallardo is still for sale. I don't think it's on the website yet. I know I keep saying we're going to put it on the website. That will be on the website today, I promise. That is a goal. This is the 430. This is Josh's old 430, so it is now back, and it is Steven's now. So that is what we grabbed in Georgia. We dropped off the GT40, got home late last night, dropped this thing off here today. It's going to be here for a little while, so I'm sure we won't mind seeing it. And of course, the Porsche Targa is still for sale. This thing is, I am a fan of the Targas, the way that the roof works, and it keeps the cool lines of the car. We did have a slight problem. Our new 2-post lift died. I'm pretty sure I probably screwed up some wiring somewhere. So I'm going to go through and fix that this morning first thing, because that's kind of a problem. I also ordered the new arms. So, I screwed up and ordered the wrong lifts. Well, I got the wrong arms. So the new arms are coming. And both of these cars are here for conversions. So we have 2 conversions lined up. Actually, we have another car that's being converted right now. It should be done or very close to done. So I need to find out what's the status on that. Probably swap one of those out for one of these. Black one technically is first, so that will have to go first. And we need to document these cars, make sure they're documented. No update on when the Roma's shipping out, and no solid offers on the TTS. And one of these days we will start wrenching on Scott's old car. And we still have that BMW, and we have the coaster bus. And one of these days I also actually need to start working on the Boo. Yeah, if you didn't know, we're going to be doing the Boo Tour. Yes, we're going to be buying sub $3,000 Chevy Malibus, and you are welcome to join us. And we're going to meet here and drive them all the way to Car Week in August of next year. So August of 2026, we're going to drive them all the way from Texas to California and go to Car Week. So if you're interested in finding out something about that, go to ngsc.me/boo tour, BUTOUR. Oh, my brother's old car. His old GT3. So let's do some stuff on the computer. I gotta get caught up since we were on the road. First things first, let's fix this lift. I'd rather do that while I have it on my mind. All right, lifts are both functional now. So it was one of the wires up in the junction up there. It must have just been slightly loose and drew too much power and it melted the wire or burnt the wire. So, by the way, these are the quietest lift pumps. Listen to that. Super quiet. I don't know why these ones are so quiet and those ones are so stupid loud, but they are. I wish we had this pump over there. Like if you go over here to these pumps, they're like 10 times louder. I don't know if it's a different motor. Maybe it's a different pump. But listen to this thing. It's like stupid loud. God. Well, still working on paperwork and stuff. Already did tons of emails. And oh, we got... Some of you, well, some of the companies and some of the people we work with sent us some stuff, which is really nice. And then the person we bought or did the deal with in Georgia that we were just doing the 430 GT40 deal gave us a ton of Georgia nuts. So we have like pecans and peanuts and all this stuff. So Josh and I have been munching away on this stuff. Oh, man. We've been getting way too much good food lately. We've been eating too much lately. Gonna have to do something start of the new year after the holidays. All right, YouTube, so we've got some extra parts. So these are parts that are all brand new that for some reason we ended up with, whether we bought them from someone or someone ordered them and then canceled the order, or in one of the cases I ordered the wrong parts. My bad. So we've got a Ferrari F430 full exhaust from IPE. So headers, cat deletes, and the rear section. And we're willing to do 20% off of that. So it's brand new, never used. And if you want us to install it, we'll do the whole thing for 10 grand, which is a huge deal. we've never done one of that cheap. So we also have Klein Inconel 48 cat deletes if you want these. And we have some Capristo Ferrari F430 cat deletes. And I believe, I have to confirm that these are Capristo front canards for 458. I think they're Capristo. They look like Capristo. This one has a tiny scuff. If I remember correctly, that's I think what we got these is like maybe they got scuffed or something. They're not perfect, but those things get messed up anyway. So we'll do 20% off any of that stuff from retail. And because they're already in the US, no tariffs, but you still have to pay shipping. But again, if you want us to install the 430 exhaust, 10 grand all in plus tax. Well, YouTube, it's kind of late in the day. One of the cars just got here. We'll have to take a look at it once it gets out of the trailer. I think it's the 360. I think I talked about this earlier. We sold the yellow 360. The guy got it, drove it like 50 miles. It threw a check engine light for a misfire. He wanted us to pay for all of the ignition coils we replaced, which we weren't willing to do. We were willing to pay for one of the ignition coils. And so anyway, we unwound the deal and bought the car back and had it shipped back, which the first and only time that we've done this. We don't really like doing that, but in this particular case, whatever, like the guy was unhappy. And honestly, sometimes you do things because you think it's the right thing to do, not because it's the best thing for your business. So we're, I don't think we have any fault in this one. It's just shit luck. And that happens, okay? I should be really, really clear about that, and I hope people understand it. Like, these are old Ferraris. They're 20 years old. Like, a 360 is 20-something years old. They break. They have stuff go wrong. We do our best to make sure they're in great condition when they leave the shop. I can't control what happens to it once it's left the shop. You drive it 50 miles and it has something break. Yeah, that can happen anytime. Anyway, we're gonna fix it up. I already relist it for sale. Whatever. We'll be able to sell it for probably more than we already sold it for, honestly, because I think we sold it to him for a pretty good price. So let's take a look at it in a second. And then wrap up the day. Do me a favor before we wrap everything up. Go check out normalguysupercar.com. Use the code NGS10. Buy parts and services from us. And don't forget to have us do stuff like go look at a car for you. So yes, we do our consultation services where we go inspect cars and look at cars and discuss cars on the phone. And we also have our remote consignment PPI service, which is awesome. And we're getting some interest in that. So if you want to sell your car on a consignment through us or through any other company, and you want to have a PPI done it, well, we offer that as a service. So check it out. It's on our services page, on our website, and of course, our dealership, ngsupercars.com. We still have the crappy old site. It's almost done. The new site is almost done. We should be releasing that to the public very soon. So we're super excited about that. And I'm also super excited that we're trying to really plan some stuff out for next year. So stay tuned for that. We got some good stuff coming. It's going to be fun. I can't wait. I'm really excited for 26. Well, recognize this 360? You might. It was just here and just sold and now it's back. Looks like you put closer to 100 miles on it, not 50 miles. Not enthused about that, I'll be honest. God, it's dirty. Is she dirty? Did you turn it on?
Yeah, it's on.
Ooh, windy. There it goes.
Yeah, it's clear.
They cleared the...
Definitely not running right though. You can hear it.
I hear it stumble.
A little bit off. I bet you anything it's just a coil pack.
There's not even a... Okay, now it's got an error. Now we got one.
Wait, what is it?
I don't know yet. Hold on, it's scanning. The first time I scanned it, there was no errors. I was like, what the hell? I mean, there's a tiny stumble, but I don't...
I mean, it's definitely something's a little bit off.
The tiny... Dude, no. There's no misfire codes. It's a mobilizer just because the...
Turn it off.
What is going on here? Do you think we just got straight buyer's remorse?
No, it's definitely misfiring.
Okay.
No, there's no question. It was not running like this when it left.
Did you put in shit fuel?
No, I filled it up.
I don't know. I guess I'll have to drive it
Pull it
some.
inside. Open up this door, I'll pull it in
Yeah.
on that lift.
Okay. Okay, well, this is odd. We'll have to check it how long since the DTCs were cleared. Well, YouTube, it's the end of the week. Thought I'd end it on a low note. Actually, it's not really. Whatever. We'll get this thing fixed. I already ordered new ignition coils. We'll throw in some spark plugs. 90% sure that that's what's wrong with it. Although it's a very minor misfire. It might have literally just been bad gas. I don't know. Whatever. You know, this business. That's it for this week. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for watching. We do appreciate all the support. And we'll be doing more cool car stuff. So you'll want to stay tuned. It's going to be sweet. Thanks, Jeff.